Michelle O'Neill, why have you decided to attend the coronation of King Charles?
I think it's really, really important that I honour the pledge that I made to the public. In last May's Assembly election, I said that I would be our First Minister for all. And I think this is a fulfilment of that promise. There are those in our community that have a British identity and allegiance to the monarchy. And I think it's important that I, as a First Minister for all, can be respectful of their viewpoint, and also I can represent all the people in our community.
So it's a political decision rather than a personal one?
Well, it's certainly a personal commitment to attend, but it's also fulfilling my promise that I made to the electorate. And I think that's really, really important, that whenever I made that commitment and a pledge to be First Minister for all, that I actually follow through in that. And I think this is an opportunity in which to do so.
How significant is it for an Irish Republican to be in attendance at such a supremely British event?
Well, there's no doubt Republicanism and the monarchy, they're two things that are very much at odds. But again, I think it's just the world we live in. We live in a very changing space, and I think that those of us in political leadership need to have the confidence from our own background. It doesn't, our own standpoint, it doesn't diminish my republicanism to attend the coronation of the King, to be respectful to those people here of a British identity who look, their political allegiance is pointed that way. So I just think that at these moments and these junctures, it's really, really important that we are confident enough in our own skin to be able to take initiatives like this and actually do something that demonstrates that I will be First Minister for all, and someone who, as an Irish Republican, can represent everybody in our community.
Of course, you've already met the King. There was a very warm exchange between you following the death of his mother. Is he a man you can get along with?
Well, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's even the issue here. This is about being respectful and about being mature, and I think just demonstrating by your deeds that to those people who look towards the monarchy, that I will be respectful of, of their tradition, their background, and who they have allegiance to. So for me, that's important. Obviously, I've met with Charles on a number of occasions in Cork here last year, and on the aftermath of the death of his mother, the Queen. I think that was really, really important. So I've met him on a few occasions. We always have good, healthy conversation. He's of no doubt of my background and my political allegiance and my aspirations for constitutional change in this island. But I think that it's really important that in political leadership we all be mature and respectful of each other.
What would you say to Irish Republicans who would find this difficult, not least because the King is Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces?
I think there's no doubt that people will find it difficult, will have some difficulty with the decision, and I respect that, and I want to engage with those people that do. But I also would say to people, particularly Republicans, we have a constitutional and democratic pathway towards Irish unity. I'll advocate for that every day, and I think that's really, really important. And as we move further towards constitutional change, there are people in our society who very much have a different political allegiance and who have a British tradition, and I want to be respectful to those people. And that's why I think this decision at this time is crucially important in terms of demonstrating that no one has anything to fear in terms of change, constitutional change, that there are ways in which we all can live side by side as neighbours, as people who all have an equal status in terms of this place where we live, this place we call home.
We're still more than a month from the coronation. Do you have any hope that you will be attending as First Minister of Northern Ireland? Is there any sign of power sharing returning?
Well, I think that's what the people voted for back in May. They want politics to work. They want us to get around the executive table. They want us to take on the issues of the day, the things about the health service needing fixed, creating jobs and opportunity. And particularly in this year that we're in, 25 years of the Good Friday Agreement and all that's been achieved, we have something to celebrate. But for me, this anniversary must be about hope and opportunity and where we're headed in the next 25 years. So I hope that I will be able to attend as First Minister, but if that is not the case, I will be attending as First Minister-elect.
What if the power-sharing government never comes back?
Well, I'm not countenancing that. I'm determined to make power sharing work. It is the only show in town. And this year, when we celebrate 25 years of the Good Friday Agreement, we have to look at the whole transformation of our society. There is something to celebrate. So I urge political unionism to join with the rest of us, make politics work, sit around the executive table together. Let's do this. Let's deliver good public services. Let's fight back against Tory austerity, and let's make politics work, because that's what the people and the public voted for in May's election.